Welcome to Key to Contracts. This is Vijay Krishna Puddu, CEO and Founder Director of Key to Contracts. Today we'll be discussing on what is contracts drafting, how it's getting evolved in 2026, whether AI can replace contract drafters and contracts managers, and what will be the career growth salary of the contract drafters and contracts managers, a complete user guide. Firstly, have you ever wondered that there are several companies who are spending millions of dollars for contracts, not even for hiring, not even for marketing, only just contracts? Why? So we all think contract is just a paperwork, sign it and we can forget about it. For example, you take a house, you get the document registered, and afterwards we keep it, and what is there, we forget about it. The clarity, we don't have it. We should understand before we sign it. In the same manner, the document, however it's drafted, the professionals have drafted to ensure their office is there, they're doing their business there. So if any problems, come and file the case here. And you can see the poorly drafted contracts and the litigations are highest level increasing. So that is the reason contracts management is very essential, and poorly drafted contracts will complicate the situations and you will be losing the customers and you will be losing the revenues, and you cannot operate the company, because once that company, we got a big project from a big company, and once the contract goes off, our hayway and all these things, they don't want to work with us. So we'll be blacklisted, we'll be losing the work. That is the reason companies spend millions, and that is the reason contracts having huge demand. Contracts professionals are having huge demand. Now you type in Google contracts management jobs. How many companies are looking? That much high demand. Thousands of jobs are available. So let us discuss whether AI is going to replace the contract drafters. Of course, yes initially, but no exactly. Why? Because the yes and no is not the point. Here the point is sometimes, okay, for getting the work very fast, what we do? Chat GPT, please draft a contract for buying a material from Australia. And company name is X and my name is Y. So you get a contract of 10 pages. What is there? We don't know, we sign it. The work is over, material came. But default material comes, then what are you going to do? Then if you see, it says something, and what happened is something, and then you go to the court. Court also will not understand what we have to do. So then the situation comes. Then you say me whether the AI is going to replace. So the point is that human intervention is required. Why? Because this paper is trying to facilitate the humans for doing that particular assignment. So if that assignment has to be doing in this proper manner, sir, these are the works you have to do, sir. By this time you have to do, sir. So you have to give the money by this time, sir. You have to give the place, you have to make them free so that the work can be completed, sir. So if the problem comes, we have to go to this court, sir. So the clarity, so that is being mentioned in completely the contract structure called cost, title, preamble, general, operations and boilerplate process. So A will do everything, but the question is how we can exercise it. Is it practically possible that we can use that paper? So now the point here is, first we should understand what exactly the contract drafting in a simple manner. What the parties are going to do. Point number one, are signing the document, assumption and planning what exactly is to be done, what may go wrong and what can be the solutions. Everything the contracts managers are doing it on the paper before the start of the work, so that it's a guidance factor for the people who are more than 10,000 people will be working. So one more important thing, contracts are everywhere. Why contracts required for me, sir? So any business you do, somebody has to give you business. So when he will give you the business, how he will give you the business, what you have to do. So all this mentioning in the paper is called a contract. So even though you sign or even though you don't sign, so contract means their understanding between the parties. An agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Take an example, an employee is being hired by the company, the employment agreement, vendor, you have investment agreement or vendor agreement or partnership agreement or any project payments thing, whatever we do, there will be a document. For example, confidential document, NDA document, sale agreement, rental agreement. So the point here is that the objective is being successfully fulfilled, so that you are having a backup document is called that paper, and that paper is going to help if the situation is not going as planned. That is the intention of this contract document. I can say one more example. So, for example, the companies has to get the payment on 1st of January. So, what happens on that day? The money has to come. So, if the money doesn't come, it's not coming. So, the contract will say if the money is not coming on that day, the other party has to pay interest. So, for what we have to do? We have to send an email to ensure that this you have to pay it before. So because this is what agreed, otherwise the whole system will not work. In that context, if you manage the contract clauses properly, your business will be more effectively operated as planned at the initial stage. So that is what the importance of the contracts managers. So the career opportunities in contracts management, according to me, now complete the transformation already started, and that is the reason you can see several jobs. All large companies are asking for contracts managers. But where are the contracts managers? Which university is offering BTech in contracts management or MTech in contracts management? Only few are offering, but the job requirement is different and the offering is different. Exactly the gap. What is the job description? You have to draft a contract, you have to review a contract, you have to understand according to the works that are to be carried out. If problem comes, you have to cooperate the contract through communication, submit a claim and dispute resolution. So all the companies are asking for contracts managers. That is the reason there's a huge demand for contracts managers. There's no second thought about it. You can type in Google, you can find it out how many companies are asking, what is the job description, also you can find it. So the next question comes, do you need to be a lawyer for contract drafting? Answer is no. Only lawyers, that means only lawyers should sign the contracts. Lawyers are facilitators for all of us, so that the contract, whatever we do, they are facilitating for ensuring that the objective is met. But we should understand. So even the draft is made, there's a verification clause very clearly. I read the complete document and understood what is meant for, and then only I'm signing it. Clear verification. So it doesn't mean that it's completely duplicating the lawyers. No, the lawyers will facilitate us and we should understand. There's no second thought about it, or there's no shortcut for it. We have to understand our document before we sign. So first important things which we have to understand is the myths. Generally, for all the contracts manager, there are several myths. Like contracts drafting is only used with complicated legal words which I cannot understand, or it's for confusing people, or it will be in small words. I cannot read, I cannot spend time. So point is simple. The drafters might be, for example, the company daily giving the vendors, 1 lakh vendors is being appointed. So you mean to say 1 lakh contracts managers are there? They are not there. So what they do? So to make the system run, so they made the contract, so it made in a simple format, simply click agree. So it will be like the bigger words or smaller words which you may not understand, or that clarity you may not be thinking, or you may not be spending time. But they kept every word in a very professional manner to ensure that safeguard your interest as well as the company's interest. That is the objective of the contract drafters. So the complicated legal words, because you may not understand that process or concept, that's the reason you feel that okay, it's a complicated legal words which I cannot understand. It's not so clear. So nowadays, now you can see the contracts. Now the chat GPT is giving more information on the contracts. AI is using more effectively. For example, T2 contracts is drafting every contract and giving a video so that these are the terms and conditions, and these are the terms and conditions we agreed. So the next question comes, whether AI will make the contract professionals irrelevant? I don't think so. Of course, it's going to compete. There's no second thought. Some people, some companies, because of several reasons, might be using the AI, chat GPT, with regard to getting a contract. But professionalism is professionalism, situation is situation, and whatever we agreed is to be converted into reality. Whatever we mentioned in the paper, that money has to come. So all these things, human relevance is there. There's no second thought, and professionals will certainly understand the value of it. Some may use, some may not use, but contracts professionals are in huge demand, and now complete transformation or transition is going on for making your contracts more better. All the companies are going in that route only. So myth number 3, you need years of legal experience to start. Not required. So contract we all can sign once you are a major. There's no doubt about it. So we all sign the contract, we should understand the contract. Contract management is understanding it, following it, and solving the problem if anything occurs, or if it doesn't anything, no problem, nothing. So if problem comes, you take the document. If police stops, we show the passport, for example driving license. In the same manner, problem comes, we have to operate it, but we have to operate according to the rules. For example, we are driving the vehicle, we have to follow the rules. So how can you start building a career in context management? Just see in the Google also for understanding. I think AI can help you out in understanding in every scenarios, every clauses. What are the clauses you can type with AI, so it can give you, and that's not exactly enough for building a career. You know about contract, but you have to operate it. Like you have to drive the car from tomorrow, so you have to write the contract, you have to review the contract, or you have to use that contract. So the real world scenarios, the practical understanding is the most important, and we can most important in understanding or becoming a contract professional. And for that context only, the Key to Contracts has designed a course, Contracts Management Masters Program. So we'll be discussing more. You can see the job descriptions for contracts managers, building industry ready skills. So they want it. For example, the software, you're knowing Python or not. So it's the same way contracts management, they wanted who can review the contract, who can understand the contract words, who can understand and facilitate to ensure that the smooth execution is happening and the smooth money flow is coming and no disputes are happening and communications are happening and negotiations are happening in the proper manner with regard to the clauses, and also you are ready to do all this contracts works. So the professionals who can contribute from day one is what the company is looking. Plug and play is what the companies are generally looking. For that, Key to Contracts is facilitating on the Contracts Management Masters Program, 6 months online on-job practical. We'll be discussing more on this. So this course is completely designed according to the market requirement. So you can compare this course curriculum with any of the job description. The contract should be reviewed, our contract should be drafted. The contract should be negotiated, and the contract has to be communicated, and the claims to be submitted, or if any dispute or litigation to be managed. The similar way, this whole course is designed in 5 semesters. Contract review, important legal principles. Semester 3, understanding your contract and following the contract terms and conditions. And semester 4, contracts communication. Semester 5, claims, dispute and litigation management. So all this will be again with the other important skills like resume building, speed reading, interview skills and manifestation, so that you can get your dream job. So personality development and soft skills plays a vital role for our success, and there's no doubt about it. And all these are being embedded and planned properly. And this course is not from morning to evening, only 1 hour. The class timing is only 1 hour, and remaining timing you can do the exercise, practical knowledge, you can draft the contracts. So any questions with regard to the contract drafting and contracts claims management, please let us know, and thank you very much, and we'll be discussing in the next video. Please provide your comments so accordingly we can develop the next videos. Thank you. Bye.